The game Earthbound is probably one of the most influential games out there, but not just because it's coveted by any and all who've had the opportunity to play it, but also because it inspired just a slew of indie RPGs with its modern day setting and seemingly innocent facade that will pull the rug out from under you, revealing dark subtext and unnerving imagery. Most popular amongst the Earthbound inspired RPGs is Undertale, which I never played because the internet kind of ruined it for me, which I know is kind of petty, but seriously, the fan base just brought out the worst in people, as fan bases often do, I suppose. Did you know if you don't kill everybody, you get the good ending? Did you know you can kill literally everybody for the bad ending? Did you know the Sans fight is really tough? Did you know Papyrus and Metaton are funny characters? Gee, I wish all this wasn't beaten to death before I had the chance to play it myself. I get that the writing is great and there's still tons of character and humor that the internet hasn't spoiled for me, but I feel like playing it now would just seem like a chore, and any fun or sense of discovery I would glean from it would be cheapened. Deltarune, though, I might give that a shot since I haven't been bombarded with spoilers on that, except for the uncomfortable fan art of Ralsei. Regardless, these games are considered masterpieces by Toby Fox, who was clearly inspired by Earthbound to some degree. In fact, back in the day, he made an Earthbound ROM hack. And it's spooky, ooh. Created for the Starman.net Halloween Fun Fest, the hack starts like any normal game of Earthbound does. Except that's different. And that. And him. This is Varric, who replaces Ness in this game as the protagonist. Supposedly he's from another game called Brandish, a dungeon crawler that was ported to the SNES in 1995. That's right. Ness, the boy who saves the world with a bat and a yo-yo, is now replaced with a sword-wielding dragon slayer. It's fucking spooky. The game starts off in Ness's room like normal, but it's Varric, and he's sleepwalking. This itself is all just a dream, though, as Varric is really passed out in his own vomit and being dragged out of the Chaos Theater in Tucson. I guess Varric is a heavy drinker. I didn't even know they sold coffee at the Chaos Theater. He's then called into the manager's office, now being occupied by the ex-mayor of Onet, who tells him there's been a grisly murder. Now, see, this is the cool thing about an Earthbound game that focuses on horror. For those of us who grew up with the game, we see the characters and the places and hear the music, and it fills us with this warm, fuzzy, nostalgic feeling. Those carefree days as a kid, hanging out with friends, riding bikes, bothering the local bird population. But then it completely perverts all that with talk of a bloody murder caused by some shadowy monster. The music abruptly cuts out. All you hear is the beeping of the dialogue box. It looks like Earthbound, but it's off. It's impure. It's uncomfortable and sends a shiver down your spine, but it doesn't even need to show you a scary image. It just simply needs to mess with your expectations. Some of the changes do come off as a bit too ridiculous, though. There's just something awkward about seeing Earthbound NPCs using words like slut and making heavy-handed jokes about stereotypes. The dialogue of the townsfolk of Tucson, much like in the original game, is all intended to be funny in some way, and most of it has been changed from the hack, and it's hit or miss. I love this guy, though. You do get snippets of that fun Toby Fox dialogue Undertale is famous for. Like Mr. T's diatribe about parents freaking out over razor blades and candy. Creeps, some of us like the taste. Or this kid. Paula was like a mother to me. I regret her infinite absence, but we must go on. You may not be able to comprehend my emotions. I might have a baby face, but I possess the mind of an adult. That does not mean I cannot be an astronaut for Halloween, however. Whoosh. The bike shop owner. Bicycles are so much fun and are so convenient. Too bad some kid took our last bike. All those other bikes are there for show. Makes me feel secure when I sleep, knowing I have so many bikes watching over me. Or, of course, there's nothing but plain old feces in the trash can. The items themselves have some pretty funny descriptions, too. The Hawaiian pizza says, you got ham, pineapple, hula girl bobbleheads, pretty much the best tasting, awesomest pizza ever. It's almost like the pizza itself is wearing a Halloween costume. Nah, I'm BSing you. I just said that to make this more seasonal.
Wow, its shield contains incredible power. Astral sparks fleck off of it when struck, lighting up the darkness like the night sky. It's sure to light up your adventure, too. Toby, go fuck yourself. To be equipped as other. Makes your hair rough and tough. You can stop bullets with this stuff. I like it.
Hell, even the combat text has moments where it gets silly. Like the pseudo-zombie bit your head off for 30 damage. Damn, that's hardcore. This hack is one of those annoyingly difficult ones, though, where balance was either intentionally or unintentionally given the middle finger. You're told to go find the monster that murdered some kid's parents in the sewers. As you descend into the dank, dark underbelly of the inner sewers, the brilliantly lighted reds and yellows of Tucson are exchanged for seedy browns and the gnarly stench of rotten water. Ahead of you lies the roaring dark, echoing and yearning for your company. The light of the town cries behind you for forgiveness. A sickly warm breeze, like the breath of some terrible fiend, wafts across your face, forming a deep pit at the bottom of your stomach. You have a bad feeling. Man, I don't know about you, but reading that fills me with determination. But, yeah, you get your ass kicked pretty quickly. It's mostly these damn mice that smash you. You have to do that trick where you walk away until the enemies are in the negative space on one side of the screen, then come back until either they're gone or a less shitty combo of enemies emerge. And that's even after realizing that I had missed the easier enemies that spawn around Tucson. Yeah, in my live stream of this game, I just went right into the sewers. You know, where the game told me to go. I had no idea that there were dudes you can bully wandering around town to make the grinding a little more tolerable. They spawn in very specific, out-of-the-way areas, though. They very rarely spawn in the town itself. And I only found this out because I tried to see if I could find the murder scene mentioned in one of the houses. You can't, by the way, which seems like a really missed opportunity, you know? One of the houses would be blocked off with police tape, or inside there'd be blood, you know, a chalk outline of a body, maybe. I mean, I guess that's probably beyond what you could do with a SNES hack back in the day, but, you know. Oh, and don't try to go to Onette or Saturn Valley. I don't think these guys are overpowered for the sake of a challenge. I'm pretty sure they're meant to tell you you're going the wrong way. Actually, they literally do. Get out of here! Jesus, how many monsters does it take to stop people like you? Doesn't matter how much you grind and cheat the system, though, because just after a little ways into the sewers, things get spooky. Oh. Oh no. And then, after slogging through that mess, it's Winters. Or Winters after being given the Moonside treatment. Yeah, remember that part? Where Forsyth gets all fucked up and yes means no and no means yes? That shit was crazy. You know, what was up with that anyway? Like, why was 30% of that game Ness and his friends having some sort of psychedelic trip? Anyway, each new area brings new horrors, and most likely another grind session, so you don't die instantly by the next horror around the corner. Like these zombies, simply called monsters. Though it turns out Varric's White Shock ability can be used specifically to cripple the undead, and can sometimes even kill them instantly. You can only find that out, though, if you've bothered forking over $4 to the Jamaican selling medieval weaponry. I mean, duh. Eventually you make it to Andonet's lab, but the man isn't doing too good. His addled mind is wrought with guilt. For you see, after sending Ness and Co. back in time to defeat Gygus, they never returned. The original 4 heroes are gone, having sacrificed themselves to save the world from an amorphous massive evil. One of them being Andonut's own estranged son. The crux of this game is exploring a seemingly innocuous side character's inner demons after the events of a fairly lighthearted RPG. The idea being the world the characters came back to is a different timeline altogether, one where Gygus never existed, kind of like the alternate 1985 in Back to the Future. In this world, they've long gone, having no means to come back home, which drove Andonuts crazy, and then he created monsters, became a monster. It's not made very clear. But I guess he's supposed to be the shadowy figure who killed people in Tucson, as his familiar form vanishes, and the real Andonuts, or what has become of him, is laying dormant inside a revitalizing machine. The game tells us you always have a choice, before only giving us the option to kill him. Yeah, that's meta on some other level. It's like Undertale, right? Tell me I have a choice, but then don't present me with a choice, much like the internet at large, who took it upon themselves to dictate the right and wrong way to play the game, and sorry, I just can't get over that shit. Well, killing him only gets you more ominous text, and the game just stops dead there. Pushing the cancel button, though, sends you to Magicant. His Magicant. A metaphysical representation of Dr. Andonut's subconscious. That looks an awful lot like Ness's. There's more fun NPC dialogue here, though, like this dog. I shed all over the carpet. I licked and jumped on everyone that came over to our house. I failed to coexist peacefully with the local cat population. Life's less of a hassle without me around. But to tell you the truth, I miss you too. Man, every time, without fail, when I read that line, I don't get it. Why does that line hit so hard? And then there's these flowers that seem awfully familiar. According to Apple Kid here, Andonuts is hiding away in the Sea of Eden, and we need to find courage to access it. Oh man, it just keeps getting spookier. No, actually, it's Paula, Jeff, and Pooh, each needing to be unlocked by exploring deeper into Andonut's subconscious. Each section is represented by moments of that faithful adventure, like the meteor strike that started it all, and the phase disorder that ended it. There's even a museum showcasing all those Andonuts has killed, like some kind of cynically morose celebration of his achievements. Wait, who's that? Andonuts' wife? Jeff's mother? Did he kill her? There's bits here and there suggesting she took Jeff and left him because he was distant and more fixated on his work, yada yada yada. And in the game, Jeff is at a boarding school and there's no mother in sight. So the game is implying she's dead, but it doesn't say how she died. That's pretty mysterious. Also, there's a bit where she takes Buzz's place at the meteor site. Sounds like a girl flying around. What the fuck? Where she nags you and then you fight. What? Maybe the implication is that Andonuts had his reasons for not caring too much for his wife. That or I'm just looking too deep into it. It didn't help that the game got a little fucky during my live stream. No, don't kill me. Hey, I got one. Did I win? Oh, fuck. No. Wait, what? What? The I think I broke the game again. I broke the game again.
Wee. Shit. Alright, I know it can be done. No grinding needed. Oh. I did win. Actually, you're supposed to get Paula in your party after you beat the boss. The game counted the win, but didn't give me Paula. And I actually went on to beat the ROM hack without her. That's right. Yeah, I don't let some stupid glitch stop me. No, sir. What is going on here? This is very strange. Oh. Oh no. I almost broke Toby's game. Oh, it's not a hotel. Guess I should have known, eh? And you're not a real enemy? It's the hell game. The hell you say? Hold on, I gotta blow on the cartridge. Needless to say, the second glitchless go-around was a lot more tolerable with Paula's arsenal of psi powers and extra inventory space. Some of the monsters you encounter are just weird. Most of the time it's horrid, deformed versions of standard Earthbound baddies, but then you get these bizarre amalgamations of pixels. One's even called an amalgamate, and it'll fuck you up. It's impossible to tell what exactly is going on with these custom-designed enemies, which I guess is probably the point. They're all twisted, like the man whose mind they belong to. And there's also pumpkins. Spooky. Actually, yeah, these things are terrifying, because apparently you can get stuck into an infinite loop with them. I do really like these guys, though. Their attacks involve becoming friendly and affectionate, and missing you very much, which makes you cry. And this is the battle music. It's a cool twist to your standard RPG enemy. Kind of makes you not want to fight them, you know? It's like a certain other game. Strange thing is, I forget what they're called. I also got to point out this neat little detail before you fight Jeff. Or Darkheart, whatever. The dialogue he has is meant to be his side of the conversation when you reunite him with his father in the original game. I just thought that was a nice touch. Also, this is where Megalovania made its debut during the final boss. Earthbound, whether directly or indirectly, inspired the narrative style of a lot of indie RPGs. The facade of the cartoony and humorous, hiding dark subject matter and depressing undertones. The Halloween hack is a unique beast that brings that phenomenon to the surface, highlighting one of the aspects about the game that makes it so timeless and memorable. The only problem is it's a bit of a glitchy mess. I mean, it's a ROM hack. What else do you expect? Well, happy Halloween, everybody. Hope you have a spooky one and what have you. As for me, I'm gonna devour this bag of Reese's and go watch Monster Squad.